Oh, howdy all, grab yourselves a beer, it's time for some Path of Exile discussion. Today I wanted to continue a series that I've been doing, looking at some of the popular and powerful endgame uniques in the game, what makes them good and how you can go about sourcing them. And today I wanted to cover Energy from Within, a very simple jewel, but one that is often really forgotten about. This is a very simple jewel that is powerful on builds that scale Energy Shield as their primary way of surviving. There are two main ways that people do this. The first one is through the use of the Chaos Innoculation node, which then renders them completely immune to chaos damage, removes all their life, and then they use Energy Shield to stay alive. The other way is on builds that use low life, and I'm going to use the Pain Attunement keystone as one of the key reasons that you would go low life. Low life I discussed a bit more in the episode on Chevron's Wrappings, which I will link below. And as a result, I'm not really going to talk about the mechanics of why you would go low life, just to say that those builds tend to use Energy Shield a lot. Additionally, you can build an Energy Shield build that has some life and relies upon chaos resistance. That's an option. You can also use the unique item, the Ivory Tower, or if you're particularly brave and confident with your flask uptime, then you can use the unique item, Coruscating Elixir. So there's lots of options. But let's assume that you've made that decision. You've decided you want an Energy Shield build. Then in that case, Energy from Within is a phenomenal little jewel for your build. So it has two mods on it. The first one is that it gives you 3 to 6% increased maximum energy shield. Now I just picked up a cheap one in trade, which cost me 0.4 Exalted Orbs, so 8 Exalted Shards late in the Heist League. It's usually a bit cheaper earlier in the league than that. 3, 4, 5, and 6 are the different roles that are possible, and one that is 6% maximum energy shield will be quite a bit more expensive than ones that are 3, 4, or 5. There are 3 main places that this gets socketed on the passive tree, because the reason you're using it is because of that line increases and reductions to life in radius are transformed to apply to energy shield. So let's talk about them, starting with the worst one, and then the second best one, and then we'll go to the best one. There is one spot that is overwhelmingly the most used, and we'll cover that one last. So the first spot you can use it is up here, in this basic jewel socket here, where it will affect 6 nodes. It'll affect the Cruel Preparation cluster, and it will affect the Heart and Soul cluster. And so those are the nodes that are typically quite good. If you're playing an Energy Shield build though, you would not otherwise take those nodes normally. And so for that reason, it's not providing a massive benefit to your character. By all means, consider it, but don't feel that it's the wrong decision not to use Energy from Within on a build like that. The second spot, and again here, it's fairly forgettable, although it is okay, is in this spot. And in this spot, it makes the Blood Drinker nodes affect Energy Shield, and it also makes Resourcefulness affect Energy Shield as well, which I believe is normally partially a life node. Now, this is not a great spot for it, but it is serviceable, and on many builds, you would consider using that. So now that we've discussed the 2 spots that you might use it in, let's talk about the one that you will. I'm just putting my build's jewels back in their normal places. So this is the spot that is the best for Energy from Within. And the reason for that is the Melding Cluster. So the Melding Cluster contains 4 nodes. With Energy from Within, they provide you 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 16% energy shield. That's a total of 40% ES. Additionally, you're getting 6% on the jewel itself if you've got a perfect roll, 3 to 5% if you can't afford Divine Orbs yet. And so you're looking at 43 to 46% energy shield for the cost of 1, 2, 3, 4 nodes plus these 2, because you do need to consider the opportunity cost of socketing Energy from Within. So all told, that's a pretty powerful boost for using 6 nodes on your tree. The other thing that makes this such a good spot for Energy from Within is that you're probably already very close to here on the passive tree on an Energy Shield build. You are probably either using Pain Attunement or you are using Chaos Innoculation. If you're using the unique item Coward's Legacy, you might even be using both. But that's a different video. Coward's Legacy is something I'll have to do a separate video on. It's the only way that you can have low life and Chaos Innoculation on the same character. So for that reason, this is an exceptionally good spot to socket Energy from Within, and it's by far the most popular place to use it. So how do you go about getting this item, you might ask? This is an uncommon drop. It's not staggeringly rare like a lot of other endgame uniques can be, but it is pretty rare. And I believe it to be in one rarity tier more common than Chevron's wrappings. I'm not certain that I'm right on that, but that's my personal belief. Now, if you're playing in a trade league, the best way to pick up this jewel is going to be to trade for it, but also to pick up any Cobalt Jewel uniques that drop for you, because sometimes you'll get one. Other places that you can look for this, though, are league rewards that have jewelry rewards that you can target farm. Heist is a good example of this. We have no idea how strong Heist will be in the next league, so I'm not going to say that Heist is a phenomenal place to get it. If I was playing in solo self-found in the current league, though, I would be making a concerted effort to run as many heists as possible that have jewelry rewards in them, and I would be opening those jewelry chests. The other thing that's worth noting, though, and this is particularly good if you're in a solo self-found environment, is there is a divination card called the Sustenance. This card is rare, but it's not staggeringly rare. It only drops from 2 bosses. So it drops from Portentia the Foul, who is the boss the map boss that is based upon Act 8 Doedre, and it drops from Act 8 Doedre herself. This divination card isn't common, and that's, Portentia the Foul is, at the time that I'm recording this video, the map boss of the Waste Pool map. This divination card doesn't just grant you an energy from within, it grants you one that is two-implicit corrupted. And the dual corruptions are extremely good. In trade leagues, there will be players who spend a lot of time during a league purchasing as many copies of the Sustenance Jewel as they can that come on the market, turning them in, and if they get a mediocre energy from within, let's say you got damage penetrates 1% lightning resistance, and plus damage overwhelms 2% physical reduction. That's not a very good version of this jewel, but it's still an energy from within. People are still going to want to buy it off you in order to use it. And what those people will do is they will try to sell those failed hits, those energy from withins that have 2 not very good corruptions. They'll try to sell those for about double the cost of the Sustenance divination card. Their Sustenance is a set of 3, so they're recovering 2/3 of their investment that way. But if they hit a 6% maximum energy shield one that has 1 good corruption, or they hit any roll that has 2 great corruptions on it, then they've hit a bit of a jackpot. And so people will be buying that divination card in a trade league all day, turning them in order to try to get those great hits. And if you do hit the jackpot with it, you hit a 5 or 6% maximum energy shield that has, say, corrupting blood can't be inflicted on you and an additional great corruption, or it has -1% mana reservation, assuming that that remains in the game next league, and another great corruption on it, then you could be looking at a 30 or 40 Exalt hit. So anyway, that's how you go about getting this item. Either target farm the Waste Pool map for Portentia the Foul, run those maps. You don't need to run them with an emphasis on augmenting the number of monsters on the map, but you do want to augment the amount of quantity that is dropped, because it can only drop from the map boss. Or you can target farm this item by doing jewelry related chests in heists. If you've got any comments or questions, though, definitely fire away below. Otherwise, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you have a good one.